Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the video. Season 5 is right around the corner. 2 days, and with it, it's going to be bringing a ton of new changes. Cross progression, to be a new game mode, new non-combat map, just a ton of good stuff. And of course, also a new hero. So as you can see, he is a strategist. He's in the strategist category. But this character, don't let that deceive you, because this character, he can actually do quite a lot of damage. So let me do it for you. Yeah, as you can see, this character does a lot of damage. Pretty insane, I think. He's very interesting for a support. I think he's very difficult, especially compared to like traditional supports like Rocket, Invis, Luna, Cloak, like, you know, the usual supports that support players like to play. I think this character is very difficult. But yeah, so let me show you guys his abilities. You got his primary. He just throws cards in a line. It kind of arcs a little bit. 3 cards in a cone. It does damage, it does healing. I don't think it does have a little bit of drop off. Oh, it actually also disappears. So I didn't know that. But yeah, so he doesn't really have, this is meant to be like a close range character, right? So that's his M1. Throws around cards. Does pretty good damage. Then he's got a little stab slam. Heals, pretty simple. Also does damage. Pretty respectable damage, I'd say. Around 60, 70 damage, something like that. Then his second ability is he's got a little dash, and that's it. It's just like a dash that goes 10 meters forwards, something like that. But what's interesting is if you combine these two abilities, you end up with a completely different one that does this little spin that also heals allies. And the cool thing about this is that it's like both the parts are pretty much omnidirectional, so you can do cool stuff like, let's say I want to get on top of this like roof here. I can dash and then right click and boom, I'm on the roof. So yeah, this ability is pretty crazy, but it does have a pretty long cooldown. It's 12 seconds per dash, so you're not gonna be like darting all over the place all the time. It is pretty it is a pretty long cooldown, but the right click does have a shorter cooldown, so you'll definitely end up doing this a little bit more than just the dash. But yeah, combining the abilities is really strong. That's his first 2 abilities, and now his most interesting ability, they're both kind of like, both the abilities work together with each other, the healing hearts and the breaking spades. If I take a little bit of damage here and then I press my healing hearts card, as you'll see, I'll immediately start regenerating health. I have like that icon under my health bar, and then if I cast it again, it's gonna throw out a card that bounces between allies and applies like a healing amplification effect, and I think it bounces around like 6 times or something. Yeah, it seems to bounce about like 6 times in total, which yeah, it's pretty strong. And it costs 2 cards to cast. So as you can see, he has like a resource in the middle of the screen. I forgot to mention. It just passively recharges. He gets 1 card every 8 seconds, and it takes 2 cards to cast an ability. So yeah, there you can see that's like the bouncing card. But then if I do heart plus spade, it sends out cards all over the place. Big AoE, and this actually cleanses. So let's say a Groot were to ult my teammates here, or someone were to anti them, I can just cast this ability, and everybody here, as you can see, this radius is absolutely massive. Everybody here is gonna get cleansed. This is insane range. I don't even know. It's like probably like 20 meters or something, or at least like 10 meters in a massive radius around you. It is crazy. And he can also heal himself if he throws it at the ground. As you can see, I'm healing myself as well. And so that's like one of his abilities. And then if he does spade first, he actually buffs his damage. So let me show you guys something really quick. So we'll compare these 2 bots. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes 5 shots to kill this bot. But if I put up a spade card, then I'm going to get a damage boost. And it should only take 4. As you can see, it's quite significant. The damage boost is pretty nice. And it does obviously work on the rest of his abilities too. So if I were to do, you know, this dash, it would do more damage with the damage boost card up than it would if I like just did this, right? It's more damage. So it's always good to have that up before doing any sort of damage. And then his second ability that he can cast, if he does spade, that's an anti-heal, which is obviously insane. It travels really fast. So if I throw it on these bots over there, they're really far away, right? If I just throw it, you can see that's pretty goddamn quick. It's very fast travel time. It's nearly instant. Not quite instant, but nearly instant. And then his other ability, if he does spade and then heart, I don't know why I didn't hit them there, but yeah, it sends out like a AoE damage that like also knocks back. So it's pretty strong as well. Yeah, those are his abilities. And then his ultimate, this is where things get crazy, right? His ult is a buff that he targets on an ally and himself. That so like if I press F1, you'll see it does like a whole bunch of things. So number one, it purifies, and then it enters a special state where you get increased movement speed and jump boost, and it also enhances your attacks with a single target explosion, and it provides ultimate ability charge acceleration, and this is around 30%. So it's same as Caps, because Caps also getting a buff this patch where his ult now gives that ability charge acceleration, which is pretty insane. And it also heals. It also constantly heals. So if I let these bots take a little bit of damage, as you can see, they're healing quite a lot. So this is like, it's not crazy healing, but it is really good healing. This is like going to be one of the best ults in the game because it's both a defensive ult and an offensive ult. This really allows like people to push up because they're so fast and they're healing constantly. And every time I do a hit here, as you can see, it adds another instance of damage. Now, it doesn't seem to be a lot. It's about like 15 damage or so, but this ultimate lasts quite long, as you can see. It's about like probably it's over 10 seconds for sure. Yeah, it seems to be about 12 to 15 seconds. I don't know. It is really long. It is a very long lasting ultimate. And during it, you gain jump height, movement speed, accelerated ult charge, and an effect that does damage when you hit someone. So yeah, that's his ult. It's really, really good. Yeah, this character is crazy, guys. I mean, I think personally though that this is unbelievably complicated. Like I was trying to wrap my head around the inputs and stuff. The inputs that you're doing for like that combo that I showed off. It's like it really felt sort of like almost like playing Daredevil or Spider-Man. So I think this is gonna be like really hard for an average support player that likes to play like Rocket, that likes to play Luna, that likes to play Invis. This is the hardest strategist they've released. He's 4-star difficulty, but I feel like he should be 5 because of how complex this kid is and how much you can do. I mean, if I just show this combo off again, this character hurts. Like, he does a lot of damage. I think the way he's gonna end up being played, I mean, in the beginning, I think people are gonna be like very passive. They're probably just gonna like do, if I show this off, actually, he can be kind of hard to kill. If you just have a healing card up, that's constant healing that you have, and it makes him really, really tanky because you're constantly healing. For like, it's like about like 30 healing per second, but it's constantly active. And then I can cast another ability to heal myself again. So he'll be really hard to take down. And also, I forgot to mention his right click, his dash right click also heals him. So yeah, this character is really tanky. So not only does that give you mobility, but number one, it heals your allies, and it also heals yourself, which is a pretty important part of that ability. So yeah, I think this character, because of the sheer amount of buttons you're gonna do, like he has unreal skill ceiling. Your playmaking potential on this character is like, it's unrivaled. I don't think any other support in the game can do as much as he can. Like you can pretty much set up dives with anti-heal. You can save your team with clutch healing because he heals quite a lot. You can peel characters off your backline with this ability. You can heal your allies and cleanse them. Like that's a lot of healing. That is a lot of healing. This character is crazy. As you can see, that's about like 150 for that cleanse, and it cleanses negative effect. So if there's an enemy Gambit, he antis your team, guess what? You can just cleanse them like that. Super, super crazy. And he has a defensive ult, and he does a lot of damage. This character is wild, man. He is wild. Honestly, I might play him. He seems really fun. I think most people are probably going to play him in a really passive manner in the beginning. But I think playing this character passively is such a waste of his potential, man. I think this character's power lies in sort of like aiding a dive character as they go in. Like, I think this dude, like, imagine this guy and Daredevil on the flank. And you guys know Daredevil is one of the tankiest heroes in the game. He can be really hard to take down. And now imagine you also have a Gambit with him, like throwing out this ability as they're diving, or like diving in with him with this ability, which also heals him and does damage. I mean, just think of the potential, right? Like he can pretty much set up a dive with like an anti-heal like that. For Daredevil, he can heal the Daredevil, or like any flanker, like Ironfist even, or Spiderman, Panther, like any. I think this character plus a flanker, like I think he is the best support to dive with a flanker. It's ridiculous. And not just that, right? Like he can heal them, but you could also, like, let's say I start off on a high ground and I want to kill, like, I can heal people. I'm pretty safe here. And then if someone walks past me and they don't see me, like, look at this burst damage, man. I could just drop on their head and do that. That guy was a bit low. Let me actually full health. This is like a 250 health target, right? That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. It also works on 275. So if I spawn like, let's say, Invisible Woman here, and if I do this full combo that I've left out, that's ridiculous, right? That's like, that is crazy. That is insane. And not to mention, he can do this twice. He can do this twice. Like if I turn off my cooldowns, here, I'll do this once. That's once, and then I can do it again. Because look, I have cards and I still have another dash. So I can do pretty much 500 burst damage instantly. Like that's almost 600 burst damage, because that's like 275, right? So nearly 600 burst damage that I can do out of nowhere. And so like, I think it's a complete waste to play this character as like just a heal bot that stands next to their other support and tanks and does this. I think he's really going to shine in 3 support compositions, because in Marvel Rivals, if you play duo support, oftentimes supports sort of rely on each other to like stay alive. And so like if you leave your second support to go help a flanker as Gambit, I think most of the time they're probably gonna end up dying. And so like that's why, unless it's something like Jap, they can like, or Rocket, they can fend off for themselves. That's why if in a 2 support comp, I think it's gonna probably be like Gambit is gonna work best with Rocket or Jeff, precisely because they're like independent characters that can like survive on their own. But I think he's also really going to shine in 3 support situations where he can just kind of go with a flanker on the off angle or like on the flank, right? And pretty much support them and then just dive in with them with like a ton of damage. Like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, I want to play this character. Man, I'm jealous of support players. Honestly, I might play him. I mean, his right click kind of reminds me of a certain another time in my past. It looks a bit similar. I mean, if you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. But yeah, I think this character is crazy. And I'm really excited to play him. But yeah, I personally think that he's going to be best played as a sort of, you know, off-angle healer that like kind of follows around a flanker like Psylocke or Daredevil or Iron Fist or Panther and just kind of pockets them. Or hell, even like a Phoenix, right? Like just off-angling with this character is going to be disgusting. I think it's such a waste to stay and heal your ally or heal your, you know, front line. And sometimes you'll need to play like that, of course, but I think the amount of pressure that this guy can have on the backline, like he's basically like a dive character, right? This is pretty much what it feels like to play against a dive character. Like imagine diving with another person, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Or like you see your Venom and like, let's say Iron Fist dive in and you send out this thing to heal them and then they heal a ton. You can do 2 in a row. You can throw cards at them. You can dive in with this ability to heal them. And then you can use one to get out. Like the possibilities are endless. This character is such a cool addition to Rivals. And honestly, I can't wait to play him. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this on release, I'm probably playing him right now on the early access server. So you should come check this out. I'm streaming on twitch.tv/Necros, you know, the usual place. And yeah, we're gonna be checking out Gambit. I'll probably be staying up today because I'm so excited to play this character. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. I hope you enjoy what I've been cooking. All right, see you guys. Peace.